Testing. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there we are. I think I'm the only one watching right now. Let's see. So I got the shovel, and that looks pretty good. So let's make that a little bit wider. Welcome, welcome. Did that with the wrong account. Just a second, I'm kind of working on setting this whole thing up. I've never done live YouTube before, so this is all new. This is all new for me. Let's see. Where is that? Oh well. Just working on a new area in my game. Welcome, Yorkie Pud. Let's see. This actually, I don't know if I like that. I think I'm gonna just delete that. Let's delete that there too. Okay. No, we're gonna. Okay, so this should be the same color as that, and that should be like a dark gray. Yeah, like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. You know, I'm gonna actually make that one level darker, and same here. Okay, so that's the door. Let's see here. Next thing I need to do is make like a little thing on the ground. I'm actually just gonna put this here. Like that. Yep. Just so I know how that looks like. So I'm thinking, let's move that. Let's move this over to the side. And this is just gonna kind of go down like that. Okay. Then we'll just put a little darkened spot. Yeah, just like that. And the darker spot, and then we'll put in a gold nugget right there. Maybe something a little bit like that. We'll see. Those can all just go like there. I'm gonna make that a little bit thinner, and this a little bit taller. So I'm working on a new area of my game, the Great Deer. Within the game, there's these stained glass windows that you can travel into. So this is the island. Make that a bit thicker, maybe. Yeah, just like that. So we've got our shovel right here, which the player will be able to use to dig a hole into the ground to get this golden nugget. And there'll be a guy behind the door, and he'll let us in when we give him the nugget. Yeah, something like that. And then just make that like a gray. Yeah, something like that. That looks good. Let's group those. And actually, I do need, well, actually, let me stick this in there. Might as well. I'm gonna make all these lines a tad thicker too. Yeah, that looks good. And then let's start putting some lines around. Yeah. There we go. Okay. No, that probably looks a bit better. And we'll go like boom and make something down here. And something like maybe like right there, maybe like right there. Boom. No, I don't want, yeah, escape. There we are. No, don't want to be making new ones. And then we'll go, yeah, something like that. Something like that. Like that. And boom, and boom, and boom. Okay. So let's continue on down here. Boom. Something like that. Nope, don't want to erase that one. There we are. And finally, down here by the island. Let's see here. I'm going to something like that. That looks pretty good, I think. And let's maybe put in like a, no, that doesn't look best. Something like that. It doesn't look too bad. Maybe a little bit too much zigzagging over here. I don't know if I really like that. Let's retry that. Let's break this up just a bit. Something like that. Something like, nope, I don't want to delete that. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. There we are. Just group those together. So we got those are all grouped. That's grouped. That's grouped. Yeah, I don't need those anymore. Okay. Let's see. The next part I'm gonna want to make. How do I want to do this? If I just Control C, Control V, and for the land, I'm just gonna be sort of lazy and just make it 2 rectangles. I think I want to make that a tad bit lighter. Yeah, something like maybe like that. No, yeah, that looks pretty good. Nope, just wanna. Sorry about any background bird noises. let's make these all ordered a bit better. That should be up in front, that should be up in front, and that should be up in front. Boom, boom, nope. Why didn't I go up? There we are. Boom, nope, that went down. Okay, that's much better. Although, yeah, no, that's fine, I think. Yeah, let's just make that a little bit down, a bit more, and this a little bit up. Well, actually, no, because we won't really be seeing much there. I just want to make sure that that orders correctly. And then we'll group the squares together separately so I can use those separately if I want to. Yeah, just like that. Boom. We're gonna also use Control X, Control V, there we are. And going to use this for the back end of the island. And yeah, we'll just sort of have this be like really big and something like that maybe, and these will just make tall. And those, so that's like far off in the distance. That should be good. I can edit that later if I want to. Okay. Now let's just import this all into Unity and I'll worry about the rest of the graphics a bit later. Just create artboards for all of these. Let's see, we're going from 17 to 28. Control Shift S. And new folder. Great Deer Island. Export as SVG. That was 17 through 28. Okay. Okay, Great Deer Island. Let's rename all these trees. This one is background. I'll just call it that. Is blend in. Shovel. Dirt dug. Dirt. Nope. Gold nugget. That is a hole. I'm not sure what you call those things. Door. This land background. That is land window. Okay. So let's take this all into Unity. Just like this. And I believe that this does go. Let me check my Trello board. Yep, it goes in this room. Let's stick the window in here first. Where do I want that to go? I have all my plans here on paper, so you won't be able to see them, unfortunately. Okay, where is that paper? There we are. It has no information on it. Okay, we'll just stick it right up here. First off, let's drag this into here. Let's see here, where is that? That'll be over here at the back, I believe. Did it import? Did I do that? Oh, it's a G. There we are. There it is. Okay. Island window. Stick that like right there, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. And let's see, let's go to the symbols. Where is it? There we are. So we've got boom. And which one do I want to use for this? I can't remember which ones I've used is the problem. I know I've used that one. I'll use this one. Gotta use it eventually. That's gonna be 1. Zero and 0. And we're gonna make these black. Duplicate this, drag it back up. Okay. Let's see, this one is going to need to be order in layer 100 or 101. And this needs to be 102 and 103. And that's going to be like that. That looks good. Make that slightly larger. Yeah, just like that. Remember for visibility. This one is off and affect children. Affect children on start. Perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do now. Object visibility. Island window is visible. Copy and paste. Island window 1 is invisible. I'm actually going to hurry and create my hotspot so I have that done and over with. Is window in. There. Off. Okay. So hotspot and window in. Perfect. Enable. Nope, we want that to be disabled. And then copy. And that's gonna go into there. Paste. We'll move this over here. Nope, don't want that to loop. Variable. Nope, variable. Check. Local. And that's going to start out as false. And if it is equal to true, let's see, copy and paste. Otherwise, we'll go to here. And that's going to turn invisible. That's going to turn visible. And this is going to enable. Is that turning invisible? Yeah, we want that to be invisible. Okay, there we are. So if everything is done right, then this should... Yep, it's on. Perfect. And I'd say that's okay, the brightness on this. It might be a little bit bright, but that's fine. Okay. And if I turn post-processing off and try this out. Forever loading. Perfect. Okay. Now, I want the window to be like down here. Island. Yep, we'll stick that like right up here. That's really small. Yeah, right there. D. That like right there, perfect. Have our it's gonna be one layer 2. These actually, let's see here. Let's set this to be -10. That there. We want this to be 4. I'll just set that to be 5 just in case. And then we'll duplicate that again. No, duplicate that again. Well, I'm gonna actually. Oh no, that's fine. I don't care. Remove component. Mask. And this is gonna be whole cover. Perfect. Now if I just gonna make it a bit. Great. Now that that's gonna be behind, you know what, I'm actually gonna make that mask even smaller. Yeah, I like that better. Perfect. Okay. Then let's see. Oh, why is Gizmos off? Duplicate. Now we want this, yeah, to be a fixed width. And ideally, that's really where it should be able to look. And if I change this, let's see here, enable, perfect, that looks great. I don't want that to be portrait. Now what we're gonna do is I'm going to get the shovel. One. This is a layer of negative. Just kind of prop that up. Just kind of right there. Perfect. Okay, that's still in frame. And then we've got dirt. Just a bit of dirt there. Dirt dug. And what's it called? Gold nugget. Okay, and I'm not going to worry about programming any of that quite yet. Let's go back through and I'll start working on these graphics. Okay. So the next thing I need to do, so you need to make a guy who can accept the gold nugget. Yes, I'm not gonna really worry about making it too fancy. I think I'm just gonna make him faceless, so he don't matter all that much. Alright, yeah, something like that. Why is this snapping so badly? Oh, I don't like that at all. You know, I've got to fix that. Where's the button? Oh, where's that setting? Snap to point. I think I have that turned off, yeah? that is snapping really badly. Google can tell me how to turn off snapping in Illustrator. Shouldn't that be off? Snap to grid is turned on. Okay, there we are. Okay. Boom. Okay. I'm very glad I figured that out. Testing. Okay, now that I've got that fixed. Just boom. I'll make that like, that's fine. No, that's gonna be the same color as the wood. Yeah, that's better. That looks very wrong. That does not look. That looks cursed. Oh no. You know, this has got multiple problems with it. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's see. Probably the first thing I can do is like make it so that way his arm isn't like bending backwards. Okay, that already looks better. Yeah, so yeah, because what that'll actually look like with the way joints actually move is something like okay, that already looks like no longer cursed. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Control G, and we'll also want to color that the same as his skin. Oh boy. This is like the stuff of nightmares. Yeah, and also let's also maybe shrink his head. He's got a bit of a big head. Same with his neck, maybe like something like. Yeah, something like that. There we go. That actually doesn't look half bad, maybe. Whatever, it's fine. I can edit that later. Okay, let's see here. The next thing we need to do is what do I want to do next? I could do pretty much any of this, but I don't want to do any of it. Whatever, I need to get this done today. I've got 12 of these windows to do. I've actually finished off 4 of them. I did 2 of them yesterday. Those 2 were pretty small. They were both they're both pretty they're both smaller windows, and the larger of the 2 I was able to get work way easier than I thought I was, so that was good. Then I had 2 others which were a bit larger. This one is sort of medium length. It's not too big, but it's also not too small as well. Honestly, it's not that bad. All I really gotta do, since you get a pitcher in one of the windows, so all I really gotta do is make it so you can fill up the pitcher with water from the lake, and then you use that water to get a fountain up and running, which gives you the artifact you're looking for in this window. So why don't I start by just making our water pump thing, which is this thing right here that I'm making now, is really where you put the water into, this is really where you put the water while you're to start getting it up and running. So there's really 3 main steps to getting the water up and running for the fountain. The first is to stick the water into here. You see I'm actually making right now this, you got this funnel, which you'll stick the water into. And once you put in the funnel, you'll have like 2 water wheels that'll pop out of here that you can spin to kind of let the water down. And actually, I'm going to hurry and make a little dial. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Just like that. So 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. Perfect. And then you kind of have like these little like sections that kind of like poke off of here. Let's make that darker, yeah, something like that. And then we'll pretty much just have a yeah, we'll just make that like watercolored. Something like that. Yeah, that's a good enough color for water, I think. These 2 I want to make a bit lighter, I think would be good for those. This one, I want to make the funnel red. So, those should be lightly colored. This one we'll make like we'll make it regular red, but we're gonna kind of make that more of a dulled red. Yep, just like that. And same with our water, with our spigots, I think. I don't know what you call these things. whatever like these red wheels are. Shift E. Yeah, we'll just stick with the two, with the simple thing. Actually, I'm gonna make an extra couple of. Yep, just like that. And then I can one, two, three, four of these I think is what I need. Yeah, one there. Nope. One there. One there. And no, don't want to take both of those, just this one. One there. Perfect. It's like a perfect circle. Yep, that's good. And then we've got boom, 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 and boom, and boom. Make a knob for the player to turn. And yeah, I don't like how thick those lines are, so we're gonna make those like maybe 2. Yeah, that's much better. And then we'll say like there'll be like a little center. Yeah, something like this maybe. Continue that on right there. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna turn that down just a notch. Same here. Turn that down. We'll just do 4 of these. I don't know if I really need any more than that. Yeah, something like that, but just shorten that just a bit. Yeah, that looks good. Good enough. Perfect. That actually doesn't look half bad. I'm just going to delete that since that needs to be separate. Same here. This needs to be, really should be separate from that. And these should be separate from that. Perfect. And we can group those together. Those are grouped. Yes. Okay. That one's done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, actually I can probably just duplicate this, because this next part is a pump. So once you stick the water down the funnel and turn the spigots or whatever those things are called, what the player will have to do next is they'll go to this pump, which will have a water meter that is also full, and they will pump the water, which will allow it to go to the fountain. Wrong tool. There we are. Something like that, maybe. Yep, that looks pretty good, I think. Can make that go a little bit closer to that. Something. Scale that out a bit. Boom. And instead of red, we're gonna make that like a, no. Just gonna make just this one a a darker gray. Yep, just like that. Just like that. This needs to be longer and thinner. And a bit, yeah, just like that. And move these guys, yeah. Spoilers in case anyone wanted to play the game. Let's see here. I'm gonna actually, I don't like how that's not actually aligned. Good enough. Okay. And actually, let's move this over just like that. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll have I think that a bit taller maybe. Yeah, just like that. Then we'll have like our and that's just really crooked. Let's make that like go in the center there, go out about to there, like so. Something like that maybe. And I don't know if I like that though. Let's maybe add an extra anchor point here. And so do something like that. And boom and boom. Give it a little bit of a more of a taper. And we'll make that a bit thinner. Something like that maybe. Go out maybe, and let's also make that a strip. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. And then the player will just boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough for me. Okay, so we've got those, and then the last thing really is the fountain, which I'm too lazy to make right now, so I'm just not going to do that after I get most of the other logic working. So we're going from artboard 2 to artboard 12. Great Deer Island, yeah. Two to 12. Boom. Save. Okay. And we'll just drag that into here. Let's see, pump base. That is gonna be pump dial. Don't think it's actually called a dial. Pump markers. Pump handle. Water. Funnel base. I don't know what to call it. Water. Base. Person. water. Let's see, that is dial and water funnel markers. Okay, there we are. So let's just hurry and so we've got that. We've got also our island out. Okay, where's the other background? Right there. Gonna have boom. And that has 1, 2, 3 of those. Yeah. And where's the trees? Did I save those? Oh, yep. Oh, there they are. Trees. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that one is boom. This one is sort of the same. Move that to the side, maybe. Just kind of like that. And then this one is gonna be flipped, just like so. And I'm actually gonna move this over here for consistency. And we'll just move this up to the side. We're gonna make this slightly bigger. Probably even bigger than that would be good. And it's okay that this is clipping on the side that's going out of bounds, because that will be hidden by a frame that the game has, so we're all good there. Perfect. We have island cam, island form, yeah, no, it's gonna be, there we are. 1 cam, island 2 cam, 3 cam, 4 cam, and 5 cam. Okay, let's start populating these. So this first one, this is tricky. I'm gonna make these trees up higher, even higher, something like that. I'm gonna make them higher up, not quite as much, but on these two as well. There we go, because that's the one with the fountain, I believe. So this one has our whatever this is called, our funnel. let's see, the trees need to be -10, -9. There we are. That'll put everything. We have that there. Put our water, layer 1, 2, our one. And then we have our markers, which are going to be at 3. Just like that. And then duplicate that, mask. That, and remove component. Make the mask slightly smaller. Something like this. And this can be made visible inside mask, just like that. And that is why sprite masks are my favorite thing ever. Okay, that's going to be -2. And this is also going to be -2. And that's going to be a -1. I don't know if I don't like that. That looks kind of weird. Yeah, no, instead I'm going to make these be sorting layer 1 and 2. Take this, move it to the side like so. And we'll move those just like that. Delete this one. Yeah, I like that, I think, a lot better. And I think we'll go something like that. Sort layer 3. Make that sort of darker colored. And same here. There we are. Okay, so let's hurry and now that's all where it should be. That's where the fountain's gonna go, so we can ignore that for now. So now we have our pump to do. Pump. Pump handle's gonna pour layer 1. Do I have to make that one? Yeah, I actually kind of like that better. Okay, so this is going to be that needs to be 1. Where's the water? There it is. 2. Duplicate that and set it to be, or actually no, sprite mask, pump dial, set it to be that, delete the sprite renderer, and make that small. I think I'll stream till I finish up with this one. Finish up with this window. Honestly, if I can get, I got 12 of these. I finished 4 of them, and I planned out 3 more, including this one. So I finished with like a third of them. I'm working on number 5 out of 12. So if I can honestly finish like 3 of these a week, then that would be amazing. That would really leave me 3, 6. That would be like 2 weeks of work. Probably end up being 3 because I don't know if I can get that much done, especially now that school started. Or, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go to pump markers, yep. And that's gonna be 4. No, yeah, I'll just leave that at 4, it doesn't matter. Glad that you found it helpful. It's been fun working on this on stream. I've never really done this before, so it's a interesting experience. I definitely enjoy it. No, I won't be able to do it super often because of school and stuff, but I'm on spring break now, so it's a nice spot to really get to do something like this. Okay, so before I really make any of this stuff work, I'm gonna start doing navigation. So we're gonna want a camera to zoom into this. Just like so. And I don't know if I want this really in view. So, yeah, so you can see that. The only problem with that is if this, yeah, no, I can't. Well, I could potentially just be, whoopsie, wrong spot. There we are. I'm sort of just cheating here. Don't need that, don't need that. And I'm just importing a screenshot that I can just make visible only to this camera. It's a nice little cheat to make it so that way you can't see this. Normally I just make it so that way you can only see this area on this camera, but this area is also part of the literal island. It's all just one big sprite. Probably not the best idea, but it's fine. It doesn't matter all that much. Limit visibility to camera. Camera would be, let's see, this is gonna be Island dirt cam. dirt can. Okay, let's just make it a little bit lower, yeah, and then a little bit to this way. Have that centered. Now let's duplicate that. We're gonna make another camera. Okay, and we want this to actually be a fixed height. Same with this one, actually should be a fixed height as well. So that's the widest that one should be. And really, it's the same thing with the pump. And actually, I don't have to resize the camera at all, which is nice. Should really just be a fixed height. And I'm gonna move that up a bit. And then we'll just make one more camera for the shore. It's really much of a difference there. Yeah, there's just not really much in the water that makes it stand out. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, let's open this up in Illustrator. I'm gonna make the water shorter. Just make everything slightly shorter. Does that really do much? Not really. Like, it would look, I don't know, you could really only see stuff if you're like on an iPad. If I move that back to, no, I don't want portrait, I want landscape. That's better. I like that more. I don't really need everything down here. So yeah, so then what I can do, just duplicate that, make that be smaller, and boom. All right, so that is gonna be island funnel can is pump can. Yeah, there's a lot of like I don't know the best way to say this. There's a lot of back-end stuff that doesn't really get seen like from like a player's perspective. Obviously, like making it so that way all sprites are in the correct layer, so that way they're so you don't have stuff that should be on top of something under something is obviously important. But also this is, I'm not sure how unique this is to my workflow or if there's other people do it, but like something like this where there will be times where I will just make a completely separate camera for this. So example of this might be, where is it? I'm trying to think, since really right here, all the cameras are just zoomed in the same scene. So this camera here is seeing this whole area, but if you want to zoom into here, then it just is a smaller camera. But there'll be times where I'll take something like this, and depending on like the view I want it to be, and I'll just like move it over here, and so it'll look like it's in, you've just zoomed in when really it's just somewhere completely different. And it's not too difficult to really do and stuff like that, but and it does sort of, at least to me, it kind of feels like cheating at first, but it's really not that bad. Shore or Island Shore Cam. Let's see. Okay, now time to work on the beast, the great beast of navigation. Making it so we can zoom in to all the correct stuff, although I do need to make an extra camera for this, and this needs to be, yeah, we're gonna want that to be a fixed width. Yep, just like that. Let's move this right there and stick our person in the scene. This is order layer. Oh, this is order layer 2, so this needs to be 3. And we'll make that visible inside mask. Perfect. And he'll just be hanging out just right there. Yeah, okay, yes, and that is a higher ordering layer. And then we have gold nugget. That's going to be order layer 4. And we're going to actually want that to be invisible. Or no, remember visibility off. Now what I'm going to actually do, got all this stuff now, but I need to make it so that way some of this is going to be so door 1 here, yeah. Those need to be child of the door. And I'm gonna actually need to make it so that way the doors pivot left center apply. Pivot, yep, just like that. And this, we're gonna actually flip that so that way it's got the correct spot for its pivot as well. What? Why is that disappearing? Oh, what's its order layer? Yeah, I have no clue why that is disappearing. I just hope it's not broken in the game view. We'll see though. We shall see. We've got our gold nugget, we've got our person. Got the just like that. And we're gonna make these all a child of our door. Just like that. So that way when this opens up, those open along with it. And then that needs to have a movable. Remember movable. Nope. There we are. This, that is fine. This needs to have a movable. That has remember visibility. That needs remember nope. Just like that. And that one, yeah, that one is fine the way it is. This needs a movable and remember movable. and that needs remember visibility. Hide that. And then this also needs remember visibility. Nope. So does this. This needs a movable and remember movable and remember visibility, and that needs to be off at first. And that also needs to be down here at first. And then these two need remember, or well, first off, movable and remember movable. Good there. Nothing there yet. This needs movable and remember movable. And that one's good for now. Perfect. So all those should have their correct components. Actually, I don't want movable on that one, now that I think about it, because we're gonna make that a draggable. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do here is I need to add a whole lot of hotspots to make it so that way we can go through all of this correctly. Position over selected sprite, yes. We're gonna call that dirt zoom, just like that. That's gonna be a grab. Let's see, right here though, over this door we'll say door thing zoom. I don't know what to call that. Doesn't really matter what you call things, as long as you know obviously what you're calling, what the name means. Funnel zoom, just like that. Selected the wrong sprite, just like that. That's fine. Oh, and actually I do want to make a, actually want to make another one of those for this, and we'll call that Island 1 zoom. Make this here 2 zoom. I'm just gonna copy that. Island 3 zoom. Don't know why I'm calling it Island. Island 4 zoom. And then duplicate that again. Pump zoom. And then we'll call this, yeah, we're just gonna want that across the whole shoreline. But it's much too thick. Yep, just like that. We're gonna call that shore zoom. Okay, so now what we have here is we have all these hotspots. I'm actually going to need to make it, let's make that bigger. Need to make some of these so that way they only are active to a specific camera. So here we'll make that Island 1 cam. So basically what that means is when we're zoomed in, we don't want to be able to use this hotspot. So it'll only be able to use it up here with our cam that can see everything. And we're going to do the same thing here. 1 cam. And this one, we are not going to need to worry about that. We're gonna make that disabled because we obviously don't want to go past the doors until we've opened the doors, but I'm gonna do that later so I can test this all out. Funnel. I'm actually just gonna copy that for easy reference. Island 2, we don't need one for Island 3. This one needs to be good for Island 4. And this one needs to be good for Island 5. Perfect. And now we actually are gonna need to, so what I have here actually is I have two of these, two interactions here, in and out, that handle camera transitions for me. And actually I need to duplicating these now for the window. The transitions in the game is just like a very quick, like, moves the camera a little bit for like a little like animation, and then it just has like a quick fade in or fade out and fade in. For the window though, we're gonna want to make that a slower transition that's like white. So we're gonna make that 0.5 seconds, and we're gonna give that a custom fade texture, which is just square since that's white, and 0.5, boom, perfect. We're gonna do the same thing here. Just like that. And so now what we can do is we can create our use interaction. Just go to action list, run in scene in window. We're gonna set parameters and run. We're gonna set this to island 1 cam, and we're gonna set our wall. This here just basically records a value that I've inputted here. That just records that into a variable. This variable is called current cam. Actually, that's a local variable, current cam. And basically what this does is it basically just, I'll actually show you right in a bit why we have that variable. It essentially helps the arrow menu detect, know like where you're currently at, so it knows where to put you next, where the new cam should be when you click the arrows, because those are all handled in a menu rather than by hotspots. That's going to send us to dirt. Actually, no, we don't want that to be in window. We just want that to be in dirt, island dirt cam, island dirt. And there's an unnamed cam somewhere. Oh, okay. Right, so that's basically just gonna make it so that when we click on this hotspot, it'll zoom in to the new camera. We can do a similar thing here. Delete. Perfect. This one is going to take us to island 2. Island 2. Just like so. Island 3. And it's going to take us to funnel. Just like that. It's going to take us to island 4. And this is going to take us to island 5. Okay. island 5 cam, just like that. And this is going to take us to the pump cam, island pump cam, island pump. And then this is going to take us to shore cam. Okay, so all of those should work now. And now we're going to go to down arrow. And this is the action list that runs whenever we go to the go to the door. Or whenever I don't know why I said that. This is the action list that runs whenever we click the down arrow. 1 out. I'll just copy that. Out window. What camera is this gonna take us to? I think it's, yep, wall 3. Just like that. If value is equal to dirt, island dirt, it's going to take us to island 1. Just going to copy that. Island hole, door hole, take us to island 1. And then if we are at island 2, island 1, paste island, oh no, island 2. And this is, if it's island 3, island 2. Oh wait, no, yeah, it's already set to that. Paste if it is equal to island 4. Go to island 3. Then if it is the island 4, so basically what this script, what each of these 2 actions do is it checks to see what the current camera is. If the current camera is, for example, island pump, then it will make it so that way it runs the out action list. Oh crap, these all need to be in. Dang it. Okay, it'll make it so it runs the in action list or whatever action list I want. It'll set the new camera to the camera we want it to go to, and it'll change the new wall variable to the camera we want it to go to. Oh wait, dang it. Dang it. So let's see. The reason I'm changing all of these to be in is simply because of the way that the the script works. Really, in means that it'll hide the side arrows and show the down arrows, which is what we want because there is no side arrows in the island. And then out, change it, makes it so that way it only shows the out interaction, makes it so it'll hide the down arrow but show the side arrows. Let's see here. So that's going to be island 5. And then it'll go to that. Perfect. In. If it is equal to island, what's it called? Shore. Island 5. Island 5. Perfect. That should work. If I did everything correctly, this should be working. Let me... Oh crap, I need to give myself an artifact. Boom, just like that. This level is going to be a pain to test because of the way I have this level starting out. There we are. Okay, so we can go in, we can go out, go in there, go out. Okay. Perfect, so we can do pretty much everything. The only thing that is blocked off right now is this, but if I do that, we can double check. Yep, that goes in. Oh, okay, I know what's wrong there. Okay, yep, that works all correctly, I believe. Let me actually just double check just to make sure. Yep. So that all works correctly. The only thing left really to do is make it so that way this all isn't like very incredibly shiny, since I don't like that. Let's turn off gizmos. Yeah, because we don't want all this to be glowing. $200 maybe. That's much better. So wood is 200. I don't know if you can actually see this. This little note I have pulled up. Oh yeah, you can. Person is 166. Gold. Yeah, is 166 as well. Basically, I'm just going through everything and lowering its color so that way it's not like very shiny. That one I think is fine. I don't care that much about this one. About the water though. Well, actually I can see it. over here. It's a stained glass. It's like taking place within like a stained glass window, like world almost. So I want everything to glow, but I also don't want everything to glow like so brightly that you can't see anything anymore. So your water is like 216. Or nope, 219. This one, yeah, I can leave that how it is. I don't care that much about it. Perfect. So now I just need to go through all of this and 200, 200, and 200. Person is going to be 166. Golden nugget is going to be the same thing. Oh, this should also be 200. I think it's fine, it doesn't matter. That's all fine. And this is all fine. I think that's all of that stuff. Did I get the person? Yep. Okay. So the next thing to do is start off with logic. So hotspot, remember hotspot. What is that? Okay. I don't care about that then. Okay, so first thing to do is we're going to, within here, we're going to create a adventure creator, 3D logic, no, movable, draggable. Gonna put that in there. Copy component and paste component values and reset. And we're going to make this sphere collider way smaller. Don't want it to rotate, don't want it to move there. Box collider, just like so. Just like this. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a draggable object. Adventure creator, 3D, movable, straight track. Which will make it so that way we can slide this guy back and forth. Draggable, let's open, let's see here, limit to camera, yep, just like that. And lock to track. That track, okay. And cursor position. Let's see. is this button? Okay, I like how that stuff looks, and I'm going to, instead of going to this animation every single time, I'm just gonna pop this out. There, and we've just run it. Okay, now for some reason, oh, I know what's wrong, okay. Yeah, well, let's come back over here. So first thing I need to do, that it needs to be is trigger. And that should fix that. There's this nice button on while you're running in these interaction component objects, which allows you to run the interaction without actually pushing its specified button. It's a very useful feature of Adventure Creator. And it basically just allows me to skip stuff while testing. Yeah, so this all looks pretty good. I'm just gonna, we're gonna edit our drag track so that way we can move it exactly where we want it. Move that back just a bit more. Perfect, it's a little bit too much. Here, I'm gonna make it so we can see both of these at the same time. Perfect. Okay, so then we can, I want to drag that out a little bit more. Come on. I don't know, we'll see how this works. We'll see. I'll just copy that. And then we'll copy the component. Close play mode. One thing about Unity that's important to remember is that you can't edit the game while it's in play mode. And by that I mean none of the changes you make while in play mode will get saved. So it's important if you've made any changes that you want to apply to the game that you make sure to copy those or have those written down somewhere. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm fine with that. One thing I think I'm gonna do then at this point is just up the drag so it stops. Okay. Maybe 20? Yeah, I like that. Feels smooth. Okay, so now that we've gotten that done, what I'm gonna do actually is I'm going to create a 3D trigger in the scene. There we are. That will, we're gonna create 2 of these, sort of. Set object, hold cover drag, okay. Going to copy, paste component as new, and on exit. So basically what we're gonna do here, we want those to run in background, is we want this to be able to, we're gonna have a hotspot here that'll allow us to give our gold nugget to the guy. And we wanna make it so that way it'll only enable, that hotspot will only be enabled when this thing is open. And there's a couple ways that you can do this. There's a couple ways that I have done this. The easiest one though tends just to be, I say that's like a good, you can give it to him all. His head is blocked. I'll say, the easiest way to go, there's two ways to go about doing this. One is to check the transform of this, like to record the transform of our drag in a variable whenever we let go, and then it'll just enable it when it's in a certain range and disable it when it's out of that range. The other way, which is what I'm doing now, and it's a bit easier, is just to have a trigger object, copy component, and then just have it enable and disable this whenever the drag collider enters and exits. So what we can do here then, first off, we need to create our hotspot person, create a hotspot, give nugget, add new. Where did that go? There we are. Just stick this here, and we'll make this so that way it is disabled on start. Remember hotspot off. And then we'll create a, well actually we want that to be in there. Make that off on start. And then we'll take our trigger. And then this one will just be a very simple, when it's entered, it enables the hotspot, so give nugget enable. Give nugget disable. Perfect. So now when it enters, it should enable the hotspot, and when it exits, it should disable the hotspot. There's a very easy way we can check this. When the game is running, it'll tell us whether the hotspot is on or if it's off. So yeah, it's off right now. Okay, turned it on, turned it back off. So that works perfect. So now what we're gonna do, now that that's done, we're going to create another hotspot over the shovel, get shovel. Going to create a use interaction. And I have a specific action list that handles getting inventory items. It does a few different things. The first thing it does, I've utilized Adventure Creator's dialogue system to make an inventory object found menu, as well as like a note menu type thing. So, or nope, that's the wrong thing, but so the first thing it'll do is it'll play this little thing. If actually, I won't go in there because I don't want to go back here, but basically it'll just, it'll make it so that way it like shows like a bit of text that says like, oh, you found a shovel. And I'm just going to give this cube. I don't have a graphic for this yet, and I can't use the scalable the SVG files as graphics here. They have to be PNGs. So I just use placeholder graphics. Create. I'll create examines for these later. I don't care enough right now to do it. So basically, what this is doing. It's possible with all these windows. I have like 12, because I have 12 windows and items in each of these. It's possible to get yourself into a spot where your inventory is full, and the inventory is limited. There's only like 5 slots, I think, 5 to 7 slots. I can't remember. And if you grab an item when your inventory is full, it just won't. The player can't hold it, so it'll just it'll just delete it without you being able to have it in your inventory. So also this action list will check to see if the inventory is full. And if it is, it'll play a little bit of like dialogue from the player, just basically saying, oh, I can't hold anything more. And then the second thing it'll do is it'll kill the action list from running. So after doing this, after this runs, I'll make it so that way the shovel becomes invisible. Or no, that's not the right thing. Remember hotspot. So after this runs, we'll make the shovel invisible. And we'll make it so that way the get shovel is disabled. And so what this will do is if the inventory is full, it'll make it so that way these two don't run. And initially I didn't have that there, so you could get yourself into a spot where you both can't pick up the item and also this stuff just goes away. So you can pick it up later. So I had to do that. I actually did that just before stream today, adding that to all the different inventory pickups. So now what we're gonna do, I'm actually just gonna duplicate this hotspot, zoom it in a little bit, and delete that dirt cam. I want it available there, and we're gonna create, nope, not an examine. I'm gonna create an inventory interaction with the shovel. Create. And let's see your inventory. First thing we're gonna do is remove the shovel from our inventory. So we're not gonna need it again. Second thing we're gonna do is make it so our hotspot use or dirt zoom 1, which actually will just change that to use shovel. That'll be disabled. Let's duplicate that one more thing and call that get nugget. So we'll copy that. Get nugget, and we'll enable that one. Actually, our get nugget action list, we can delete that, and that's gonna be off. And then we'll make it so that way our dirt is invisible. So now we can't see the dirt. The nugget is obviously under it. We have the get nugget is enabled. Don't have our shovel anymore. Perfect. So now let's create another inventory object called gold nugget. I'm just looking for a suitable object. I'm using like the same object, this is fine, I don't care. I'm using like the same icons for all of these, and it gets pretty confusing. I need to start going through and adding actual inventory objects to these. Like you can see, like some of these have some placeholder stuff, but like you can see like that's a sphere that's or a cylinder that's square. Just a bunch of these default adventure creator icons that I'm using as inventory icons. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do, create a use interaction here. Same thing, action list, asset file, get inv, set parameters and run, a gold nugget. And then hotspot, get nugget, disable, and object nugget invisible. Perfect. So that's all working just fine. So now what we're gonna do, create another inventory action here, gold nugget, create, input, we want inventory remove gold nugget, object visibility gold nugget 1 visible, give nugget will be disabled, see here, door thing zoom, that's gonna be disabled, copy and paste, and that is going to be enabled. Once all that's done, normally I just do an in action, but I can't. I can't do that here because I need something. I need the guy to become invisible while the camera is faded out. So let's see here, camera, or no, object visibility person is going to be invisible. Object visibility and get one is going to be invisible. And actually, we're going to create an engine wait here, so that way there's like a little bit of time in between giving him the nugget and this playing. Next thing we're going to do, make this a bit tad smaller. Next thing we're going to do is camera switch to island 1 cam. We're going to just change the current cam to island 1. Camera, that should be all we need. Fade, or no, camera fade in 0.25. We're not going to wait till finish there, and we'll do object transform door and the Y is going to be we'll say 70. Yeah, that's good for me. 70 and -70, okay. rotate to 70. I think it's X, right? Nope, it's Y. 70, and we're gonna just say like maybe 2. Smooth, wait until finish. Door 2 that actually doesn't want to be waiting until finish. -70. 2 seconds for that might be a little bit. No, we're good. Okay, let's test that. Let's test it out. I've almost inevitably forgotten something. A shovel, okay. Gold nugget. Okay, so 2 seconds is definitely way too short of a time, and we're also going to want to island 1 cam. Going to bring that back. Copy component. Paste component values. Otherwise, this seemed to work really well. So I can actually just make that ease out on both of those. Need to change that for sure. Okay, I like that. That is great. That works wonderfully, like a charm. Perfect. So now that we've done that, I'm going to change, what's here? Change that to match. Great, so that first bit is done. So really all that needs to happen here, right over here, we're going to make a hotspot that will allow us to fill the pitcher with water from the island. Just make that a bit longer. Taller for iPad. And that needs to be shore cam only. Delete inventory actions. Inventory, replace pitcher with water, and hotspot, disable shore. Yep, that one. Okay, disable that, and dialog, play speech, inventory object found, a picture with perfect. That should work now. I need to get myself the picture though. Oh. Give to player. Let's see your picture with water. Where is that? Let's turn off carry on start for that one. Not sure why I didn't replace that, but I'm thinking it's because it was already in there. I don't know. Let's see. Give us the picture. Okay, yeah, so there's something. Oh, it's because I'm doing this backwards. Pfft. Pitcher with water. And pitcher. There we go. That should work now. So now what I have to do left for this one is, let me hurry and add this all to my Trello board. I've got to add water to funnel, make spigots turn, use pump, make fountain graphics, make fountain work, get, and use artifact. Okay, so I think I'm trying to think how I want to use this. How I want to do this. I'm just gonna keep on going. I'm gonna go, let's see, it's 11. Let's see, I'm gonna make a timer. It's 11:11 right now, 11:10. I'm gonna go up till 12 o'clock. I'll have lunch then. So 50, no, not 50 seconds, 50 minutes. So at 12 o'clock, I'll stop streaming. That should be 50 minutes should be enough time to finish most of this, at least get some rough stuff done. So let's get going. First things first, we've got to add water to the funnel. Of course, famous last words, right? I'll run into some problem, sure, and be tearing my hair out. Yeah, pitcher with water. Let's hide that. Where does this? Don't want to hide that, but we do want to show this. So this needs to go to XY of okay. Then the first spigot, we'll take it down to and second spigot will take it down to there. I'm actually gonna make it, I don't need to worry about visibility as long as it's moved out of the way. Yeah, I've got like a couple of months left before I wonder, well, I think it was like 9 weeks or something like that before is when I want to release this. And I've got I was explaining earlier in the stream, I'm not sure if you were here, but I got 12 of these to do. I finished off 4 of them, and which means I've got, including this one, I've got 3 of them planned that I haven't finished yet. So that really leaves me like 2/3 of the work left to do for these windows. Once I've gotten these windows done, I can start focusing on getting a little bit more polish done, and then start play testing and begin working on the ending. These windows I'm a little bit worried about not being able to get finished in time, but if I can keep on going at the rate I have been for the past couple of days, then I will be set. So first add get 1. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to, let's see, you're in here. Water, use water, disable, and nope, object, transform, it's this one, right? Yep. Move that up 1 second, smooth, wait until finish. A 1/4 of a second, and then we'll go object. Then I need to move these guys, and these I'm going to just move right there. So that is going to be like that. Let's see here. Object, transform. Negative, boom, and 0.5 maybe. Don't know, 1. Yeah, honestly, I was not good at all with just like going through that first hurdle of like actually learning these tools. They look a lot more complicated than they are. And really it's just like after like a little bit of learning, a little bit of messing around, it really isn't that bad. A lot of the stuff here is you don't need to know a lot of this stuff until you need to know it, if you get what I mean, which is really nice. It's really not as bad as it may seem at first, and that's something that I really didn't understand when I first got into game development. I was terrified of learning these tools. I was dragging my feet so much, and after like spending like a couple months learning the tools, I was like, oh, why didn't I do this years ago? But yeah. So let's see here. What I need to do next is I'm going to create a couple more draggables. One for each of these. So draggable, they get one, add new. We'll call that spigot. We'll say that one is spigot 1, and let's bring that down. Let's see. Copy component, paste component values, and reset. Make that a little bit bigger. I'm actually just going to delete this since I can just duplicate this when I'm done. Let's see, boom, move that down. And spigot 2. And now what we need to do is create a hinge track. Drag and track. Paste component values. Change the radius down to something like that. Cursor. Yes. Okay. D. Copy and paste. Now what I'm going to do is first off on the draggables, I'm going to change the angular drag to 20 on each of these, which will basically just make it so that way it stops when you let go instead of continuing to rotate around. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick our drag tracks to each of these, so that way they know how to drag. Spigot 2 track. And the third thing I'm going to do is each of these has a remember movable component, and we're going to turn those off at start so we can't drag them initially. Now on our tracks, we're going to create a track region. Enable region snapping. And our track is just going to be over here at the end. So that way when you enter the track, it will it'll play a little animation. I think I made that a little bit bigger too. Doesn't really matter though. Enable region snapping, only snap and release. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, and now what we're gonna do, in local, right? Yep. Spigot, create an integer, and it'll just be starting at 0. So now what'll happen, when you put the stuff in the funnel, let's see, object, send message, and send it to spigot1 drag, and spigot2 drag. And what these two will do, send message is like a multi-purpose action. It'll basically just turn on the movable for those so we can drag them when this stuff gets moved to where we want it to go. Then we can create our cutscenes. So cutscene spigot1 and 2. Uploading the game or the video? Yeah, this will be available after stream. The whole thing. I am also doing, I haven't started yet, but I'm planning on doing a video series of my entire creative process for making puzzles, from the planning on pencil and paper to making it in Unity eventually. Yeah, the game, I have a release date in mind. I'm not quite ready to share it yet, but it'll be coming in April, sometime in April, to both iOS, Android, Steam, itch, the whole deal. Excited for it. It's been a long journey, but it's been fun. What was I doing? I can't remember. Right, yes. This will change. This will first increase the value of spigots by 1, and then it'll check the current value of spigots after that to put the water at the correct height. So if spigots is equal to 1, then object transform to, let's see here, water. We're going to transform this to, what is it? Boom. Boom. 0.5 maybe. Smooth. Wait until finish. copy and paste, and if it is equal to 2, then water will move down. Yeah, wish I had started doing devlogs earlier on in the development. At this point, as late as in development as I am, I don't think it'd be a good idea to do like a whole devlog series about like all of the development, but I thought it'd be fun to do like a little bit of a mini series about like a specific area. But once I finish this game, I'm planning on just kind of doing a bunch of game jams, trying a bunch of different stuff, and I'll definitely do a lot of devlogs about Adventure Creator and making little games for game jams when I start doing that, so that'll be good, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I just need to get started on that. Because I have to record myself with like an actual camera rather than screen recording for the actual planning portion. I just haven't done that yet because I hate planning puzzles and I'm very lazy. So, let's see, that's all good. Water 1 needs to go to here when we finish the spigots. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so then copy, paste. That's gonna be water 1. Then what we need to do before we can finish up with that is we need to create the drag for the pump handle. So let's see, draggable pump drag, add new. Copy component. Perfect. Paste, and no, I don't want to paste that. Reset. There we are. Then we're going to make that smaller and box collider, and then let's is trigger, and let's just make that go like that. Then I'm actually going to make that a bit wider so it's easier to grab. Then just turn that off. And boom. So then really what we need to do is just object send message to pump drag to turn it on. Perfect. So then ping object spigot 2, and this really just does the same thing, I think. Actually, no. The only other thing, actually, I'm just going to do this in this first one. Insert. And we can just stick it in between these two. Object send message spigot 1, no, spigot 1, drag, turn off. There we are. Then spigot 2, drag. Okay. So now we can just attach this to our second spigot drag. Spigot 2. And that should do it. Let's just double check and make sure, since I don't know. I'll do a lot of coding like this, and I will then I'll like just do it all at once, and then I'll go in and I will have like 500 problems. Yeah, and I'm actually, rather than doing all of these puzzles over and over, let's just pop that out. Run now. There. And pitcher with water. Give to player. Ugh. I don't like how finicky this is. I don't like that at all. Okay. Yeah, that needs some work. I was initially... Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. Delete. Delete. Movable. Remember movable. Yeah, so my initial plan was just to kind of have these like pop out from the sides. I didn't really like that at first, but I think maybe a much better... I think that these are just too small. And they're too small for a mouse, and if they're too small for a mouse input, then they're definitely going to be too small for mobile, which is really the... I don't know if I'd say like mobile is the primary platform, but it's definitely the platform I kind of geared this towards. So I do want for this to work well on a mobile device for people, because fingers are definitely not as precise as a mouse input. So we're just going to stick those there. This is layer 0, which means that these need to be underneath that. So these I'll put at -5. Yeah, mobile is actually where I first, really my first like experience like gaming just in general. Too young to remember the heyday of adventure games back when, back when like LucasArts and all those people were making adventure games. And so my first really actually gaming, the first point and clicks I actually ever played was Rusty Lake in the Room. And so that's where a lot of my inspiration comes from, rather than like the more classic style of adventure game. And so I've always wanted to do these for mobile, and Steam as well is a nice place to have them as well. But I definitely focus a little bit more towards the mobile market. Let's see here. So the base for these are going to be a little bit different now. -2.86, -161.27. .27. Okay. Yeah, that's all fine. It's really just this one right here that I need to work on. Yeah. Rusty Lake is I don't draw that well, and not super great at drawing very detailed. So Rusty Lake is kind of a art style I've sort of emulated for my games, but I like to think of the way that my games are kind of set up almost like an elevator pitch. Is like you have sort of the artistic style and puzzles that you would find like, or not puzzles, but artistic style and like navigation that you would find like a Rusty Lake game. But the sort of puzzle style and atmosphere of the room a bit more there is kind of how I like to describe the games. But I've definitely taken inspiration from both, I think. And I've been really only done like 2D stuff. There's some 3D stuff in this game though, that's kind of hidden. But after this, I do want to do some projects that are 3D, I think. I'm not sure exactly where I want to go with that, but I like messing around with 3D as well quite a bit. I think it's a fun platform. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I definitely agree. Art is nice, and games that are artsy, I definitely enjoy, but if the gameplay's meh, then it's not going to matter. Healthy amount of work towards both, though, is always good. Where did those go? Oh no. Are these No. Oh, I know what's wrong. Ah, I get it. I see what's happening, yeah. The draggables are always locked to tracks, and my tracks are not dragging with the draggables. So let's copy. Paste. Same here. Copy and paste. And the track should be bigger now, that radius. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. So that should work. Let's hope. Okay, pitcher with water. There we are. Oh, this is a bit of a problem. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh no. Okay, let's see what's wrong. Well, actually, there's multiple things wrong here. Ugh. Um. Hmm. I'm trying to think about the best way to fix this would be. Right, I need to. So, let me think here. What's the XY position for that? Yeah, thanks. See you later then. Bugs are never fun. Let's see. Okay, I'm back. Reading some notifications on Discord and whatnot. So we got multiple problems here. First things first is the left arm. Let's see here. So first things first is that this completely goes bonkers. Doesn't go in the right spot. The water doesn't. So we've got to figure out what's wrong there. So the first spot, so it should go like right there maybe. Well, first things first is that it's actually that. And then when it's done, it should like go there. Which it is, okay. Which spigot am I working on there? That's one. This happened on the second one, so I'm wondering. Oh wait, what's the? Okay, so I don't know what's happening. That's really, really weird. The other problem is with our draggables, but I'm gonna worry about that later. Oh, wait, no, wrong one. No. Nope, that's the wrong one. Dang it. There we go. Okay. Fiddling around with my some of my windows. Can't get the right one to stay up for some reason. Give to player. Okay. Yeah, so that's really the problem there, is that this likes to jump around. Okay, that's going to the right spot. Can I drag that anymore? Nope, I can't drag that. No. I think I just need to make the radius a bit, or make it so you can't drag it quite as far, since right now it's sort of like a 360 type thing. Okay, you know, that works. Is this up? Yep, that is up. And that should actually be enabled now. Yeah, it says it's on. I don't know. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Is our tracks right now are just too big, I think. We're gonna make the angle 180 degrees. Same here, 180. That way you don't have to move it as much. It doesn't really matter. I don't care enough about it to do anything about it, so that's how we're gonna work. Man, I thought for sure I was gonna be able to finish this in 50 minutes, and I have not been able to finish this in 50 minutes. So, we'll see. Am I muted? I sure hope I'm not muted. I'm not really listening in. Okay, yeah, I shouldn't be muted. We want this one. Oh, boom. Yes. That is much better. Okay. Boom. Alright, so now we can drag that, obviously. Yeah, so I've only got like 6 minutes left before I'm just gonna be ready to go, have lunch, and play some games maybe, or work on this a bit more. I don't know. So let's just hurry. I don't have a drag track yet, but I do want to make it so that way this is only going to be active on pump cam. Yep, just like that. Oh, we want to limit these to a camera as well. Funnel cam. Funnel cam. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I'll add the track, I think. I'll do as much as I can in this amount of time. And whatever I'm working on, when the timer goes off, I'll finish it. Let's see here, so pump track. We're going to, first off, let's change this to 10. Copy. Paste. Cursor position. Oh, wait, no, those are cursor position ones. Prevent end-to-end jumping, yes. I only want to be, well, no, I don't want it to be 180. So, I've got to figure out how this is going to affect that. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to set that to be on for now. Pump track, there. So now what we can do is this will be basically enable this at first, which we wouldn't want normally, but we're going to do this for testing purposes. Don't want to open that in the actionless editor. Yeah, so as you can see, it's being sort of weird. Don't want it to look like that, obviously. Oh, okay, yeah, I know what's happening here. It's the wrong kind of drag track. Okay, there we are. So now you can't move it at all. I don't know what's wrong there. I'm just going to create a new one. Maybe it's just the fact that I messed around with it. Pump track. Create new. I think I can still just paste the component values. Yeah, and let's make that big. Make the radius maybe like something like that. Yeah. Okay, let's see if this works correctly. I'm so tired. Oh boy. I wasn't sure how long I was going to be streaming. I definitely wasn't expecting to be going around this long. Oh wait, I need to. Oh, you know, I bet I know what happened. Okay, that makes sense. When I removed the track component, it automatically removed it from this because it didn't think it was a track anymore. So if I move it now, it should work just fine. Perfect. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do now. Now that this works, I actually need to change that to 20. Pump track. So this is gonna be a little bit weird. How many degrees do I want this to be able to move? We're going to change the rotation of this. My alarm's going off. Just quit. And we'll finish this up and then I'm gonna be done for today. We're going to do that. And then this, we're going to make it so that way our starting position long is 0.5. Yeah. So it starts right up in the middle. This should allow us to move it up a little bit and down a little bit. So it should allow us to kind of move it back and forth a teensy bit, make it so that way the drag, yeah, so it kind of rotates it a teensy bit. I don't care. Let's just see if this. That is great, I think. It's a little bit finicky is my only complaint there. It seems to like to bounce around a little bit. I don't know. I wonder what happens if I... That seems to fix it a bit. Yeah, okay. We'll just have that disabled. Okay, so that's good. So yeah, what we'll do eventually with this is... See how we have this box collider here? We're gonna have triggers on both ends, and so whenever the box collider goes into one of the triggers, it will increment a variable by 1, and it will also move up the water up, and then once it's at the top, it'll disable this, and the fountain will be activated. Obviously, I also need to make the fountain graphic, which I haven't done yet, but that's all I'm gonna do for now. Yeah, this is pretty much it for today. Until next time. Actually, one thing I do want to mention. Let me hurry and pull this up really quick, because there's 2 games I want you, if you're if anyone is watching, there's 2 games I want you to check out immediately. Immediately. Just a second, I am pulling both of them up on Steam. Okay, so here is the first one that I want you to check out. This is required reading. This is The Great Deer. This is the game I'm working on, the game I have been working on throughout this whole stream. As I said earlier, I'm not going to keep this a secret because I said we'll be releasing it probably in April. Don't have a specific release date ready to announce yet, but as you can see here, you can add it to your wish list. Please do so. Mean a whole lot to me. The second thing I want you all to check out is Will You Snail? Now this is a game by this guy right here, Jonas Tyroller. He's a game developer YouTuber who you should be watching. And Will You Snail is his project that he's been working on for 4 years at this point. It's, obviously it's 15% off. Typically it's $15. It's also on Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox, as well as Steam, and just been released today. It's a rage platformer where an AI will be predicting your movement and spawning in traps. I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to buy it like right now after I end the stream. And yeah, definitely check this out as well. He's worked really hard on it. Definitely check out the devlogs too. They're amazing. He's a really funny guy. And yeah. Until next time, goodbye.